What we're going to do in this video is learn how to use the Appaloosa Tools Metacommerce Square checkout integration. We're going to go to appaloosa.tools right here, and then we'll just click Start Integration. That will take us to the application. We'll click Sign Up, and we will just do a test email address, test10@appaloosa.tech. We will do a password, and then we will click Continue. We'll be taken into the app where we need to authorize our Square account. We'll click Authorize Square. We'll enter our Square credentials. If you have multiple accounts, we'll select an account, but most likely you'll be taken directly to the permission screen. On the permission screen, you have to click Allow, of course, for the application to work. We get taken back to the app. Perfect. And then it tells us right here the catalog items that we're going to make available for checkout. Now this does not mean that those items are synced to Metacommerce. That has to be done separately, and we'll see that in just a moment. First, we're going to click Add Site. We will select a site. We'll select this Appaloosa Premium site, which is a demo account. We'll select a location. We'll select Palo Verde. And then we have this option, Show Fulfillment Options. This just determines if it will automatically pop up the fulfillment option choices in the cart for the user. If you just have shipping or one location, you can turn this off because it's just an extra step. And we can see here what that does. It just doesn't automatically pop up those fulfillment options. If you have multiple fulfillment options, you can turn this on and it will automatically pop that up. And we can see right here what that looks like. It does the same add to cart, and then it pops this up automatically. Next, we need to check these two boxes. Now these two boxes are, I have my product catalog synced to Metacommerce. If you don't know how, click on this link and that will take you to a YouTube video where you can learn how. Because this has to be done separately, we'll also put it right here. What we're going to do in this video is go over how to connect this Square Online shop, which is a demo shop, to Metacommerce. The first thing we're going to do is go into Square, we'll log in, we'll go to Channels. Now, this menu item changes periodically, but what we want to see is this, let's see, Meta for Business right here with the Connect, because this is what we want to connect. It's an online sales channel, and it's the Meta for Business sales channel. And we'll click Connect right here. It tells us what it's going to do. We'll just click Continue. We will click Agree. We can enable pixel tracking if we want to, but we do not have to. We'll continue. Let's see. If we experience this, we can do, we'll see if it wants us to enable that. We'll always refresh in case if we have an issue, because sometimes it's just a cookie problem and not actually an application problem. All right, let's try this again. We'll click Continue, click Agree. We will click Continue again. And it's happy now, perfect. Now we're going to select the website that we want. And in this case, we want this Appaloosa Premium site. That's perfect. We're going to click Continue. And then we will click Continue as the account, or we can switch the account if needed. Get started. We can select or create a new business portfolio. We will select this one. We will select a Facebook page. We will select a catalog. If we have one, we can also create a new catalog. Let's go ahead and create a new catalog. Test catalog. We'll click Next. That will create our catalog, perfect, and select it. We'll click Next. We will select an ad account. We can create a new one, of course, if needed. And the steps for creating new options are quite straightforward, and there's many tutorials online about how to do that. We just want to get a high-level overview of how this works. We can enable advanced matching. We'll click Continue. we will leave all of our permissions on. Now this is asking what Square is allowed to do. They need to be able to manage products, business, extension, ads. We can turn these on or off, they're not required, but I'm going to leave them all on, and then it will link up our account. It shouldn't take very long, but it does say it may take a few minutes. Perfect. We will click done. We aren't ready to create an ad, and that takes us back to Square, and we should see the channel set up. It'll retrieve all our information, and then we will need to make sure that we have products set to sync into the Meta Business channel. Now we're going to click done. Okay. It says syncing items. Very good. Now the way that we manage the items is we go to items and services, items, item library, and then we go to a given item and we select this channel. I'm going to find the zip up jacket, I believe. There's a, yes, the Crosstrek zip fleece. We'll look at that, make sure it's enabled for the location we want, make sure it's enabled for the sales channel we want. We will open up we will open up premium site. We're going to turn that on. Also turn on Meta for Business, and that will sync it to MetaCommerce. We'll save that. Now that will sync that item into Facebook. Once you've done that, you can check the box, and then we need to say I entered the URL on MetaCommerce as the checkout URL. I'll show you that right now. We're going to go to business.facebook.com, and then we may need to log in. Okay, we're already logged in though. We're already in the account we want to use, but switch into the account that you want to use, and then right there we can go to all tools. We can search for commerce, and we can click on Commerce Manager. This will open in a new tab, and we've done some of these steps already, but you'll need to optimize the catalog, set up a shipping profile, optimize the shop eventually. But what we came here to do is add a checkout URL. So we'll click Add URL, and it'll take us here first. It tells us how to use it, but we're just going to do Start Building URL. We can ignore this. We'll say I've built a checkout URL, which we have. We'll get that from the integration page. We just click this copy URL right here, and that copies it to the clipboard. Go back over to Commerce Manager. We built the URL, okay? We click next, here we are. Enter the URL that we copied. This is the same because we've been testing on this site. We'll click next, and then we'll select an item. I'm going to select this Crosstrek zip fleece. We'll do 2 of them, and then we'll select the cashmere beanie. We'll do 4 of them, and then we will also enter a promo code. This promo code doesn't actually exist, but I want to see that it works correctly. Now, we need to wait just a moment. Once we've entered the checkout URL here, we need to go back to the integration, check our box right here, and then click Save. And then there's one more step. We have to click Start Free Trial. We'll click on that. That will ask for our payment details. We'll enter those, and once we see the green check mark, the transaction has been completed successfully. Now you haven't been charged, to be clear. It just authorized the card to make sure it's valid and started your free trial. After that is there, we can click this X right here to close the window, and then we will see right here, it gives us the option, of course, to cancel, which will schedule it to cancel at the end of the trial period or at the next billing date. It will cancel before billing, but we're just going to leave it there. We're going to go back to Commerce Manager, and we're going to click Preview Checkout and see if it works. Look at that. Now it's working. Beautiful. And you'll notice that it didn't add the coupon because we tried to add an invalid coupon, but we can do testing only, testing, and we can preview that checkout. If we add a valid coupon code. It popped up our shipping options, or our fulfillment options, where the customer can switch it to pickup or delivery, but it has to default to shipping. That is always the default. That's just how it works. So if you don't ship any items, this integration will not work, but most of you, it will work fine. It'll default to shipping, and then they have the option to switch it to pickup or delivery. You'll notice with our valid coupon code, it added the coupon code. And then this allows the customer to continue to payment. Now we're not going to do that. We're just going to go to Meta Commerce Manager. We're going to check this box that says these products and the offer appear correctly in my cart. So we want to add a valid coupon code, items that have been synced here, and after we configure the integration and we've tested it, we want to confirm that this works 100%. It gives the correct items, the correct quantities, and the coupon code. And it did. And so we can check that box and we can click submit. If you have a problem with the system, make sure to use the refresh site. That runs the integration again in case something is cached incorrectly. If you want to add more sites, you can. You just add another site and it's the same process. I hope this helps, and we're always available if you have any questions or issues.